Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. I'm Kalikaiz. Today we are playing Familiars, Rainbow Fams in fact. We can make any color of mana that we want using our fertile ground, and we can also make mana with Utopia Sprawl. We're looking to ramp by adding these to our forest or our forest island, and get up to a point where we have 7 mana, either through ramp or through ramp plus cost reduction. Then cast Archaeomancer plus Snap, go infinite, make infinite mana, draw our deck, and then point compulsive research at our opponent, or attack them with Mulldrifters and Seagate Oracles. Basically, we're looking to kind of play similarly to the High Tide shell. This existed outside of High Tide, and I saw Raptor56 manage to trophy with it recently. I really love this specific deck, so I wanted to get in on the action. The sideboard has anti-burn, fogs, bunch of Hydroblast, some dispels, prohibit, and negate, and an ancient grudge. It's going to be relatively straightforward. We want to be just making infinite mana as fast as possible. The upgrades to this deck since the last time I played on my channel are Lorien Revealed. We also have the Rimewood Falls and the Tranquil Landscape, which all are pretty good at increasing the ability of the deck to go off. Also, Raptor appears to have cut the Abundant Growth, so he's relying potentially on using the Rimewood Falls. I'm interested to see how it plays out. I love playing Familiars, and I'll see you in the matches. Thanks for watching. Did you know you could get sideboard guides on patreon.com/Kalikaiz? And did I mention you can get early access to videos on the YouTube page in the membership section? And if you like these videos, make sure to like and subscribe. Okay, we're here in round 1. We can fetch up our plains, then play the forest. Sunscape Familiar turn 2. Cycle for an island, play the Seagate Oracle turn 3. So I'll keep it. I don't know what's going to be happening on the other side of the table. Ancient Den. So they appear to be on probably Boros. We have a forest. Play the landscape and pass. Worth noting that this deck builder decided not to play a white-blue duel. Go ahead and grab the plains. Finding a Utopia Sprawl. We'll play the Familiar. This turn we can sprawl the forest on blue, or just cycle for a blue. Probably want to keep the Lorien Revealed around if I can. I could also cycle the Lorien for a blue mana, and then they're on Boros. Okay. They kill my creature. It's fine. So I think I should actually get an island forest, play the Rimewood Falls, and then sprawl that on blue. So now this taps for blue. If I want to end up going off, it's better to have a land that can tap for multiple blue. Think Linhawk, picking up and replaying Elves. Maybe this is like a Mardu deck. Yeah, Mardu gates. Not Wildfire though. I guess I can replay. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Blue. Play the Seagate Oracle. Finding a Preordain. We already have the Snap. I'm going to take the Preordain. Another Sprawl. I don't think I want to land right now. I'll take the Sprawl. Play the land. Sprawl on blue. So right now we have 3, 4 mana and 2 lands. We need to tap for more than that. Refurbished Familiar deck, huh? Okay, I'll get rid of the Pulse Marasa. Maybe that was a bad idea, because now I can not pick up the Pulse Marasa. Frustrating. Refurbished is annoying. I'll get rid of Snap, I guess. Really dislike getting refurbed into the dirt. But it happens. Okay, they get in. So let's compulsive. I guess I should leave a forest open. We have 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Compulsive. Discard a land. Discard. Snap the Seagate Oracle. Untap. Play the Fertile Ground here. Then play the Archaeomancer for the Snap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I probably would discard the Seagate Oracle here because they have so much value. They're going to kill my Archaeomancer. Nope, they play a Synthesizer. They have 1 red mana still, but now they can Galvanic the Archaeomancer. Plays Prophetic Prism. They also do have these Basilisk Gates staring me down. Could make their creatures gigantic. And looks like they're going to kill the Archaeomancer. Play a Kirkland Shaman. This apparently is a terrible matchup. Well, let's play Sunscape. I had that thing still around, I could have won this turn. Play Seagate Oracle. Well, let's, I guess Seagate Oracle. Sacrifice 3 things. Find Prohibit. Alright. Compulsive myself. Not looking very good. Maybe they will sack the Car Clan Shaman though. Okay. Discard land. So this is plus 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So the only way we win is if they don't sack the Car Clan Shaman right now. If they do, they're dead. So they probably will. Without the Car Clan Shaman, we would have had the win. Right now they can just kill us with the gates. Big boy from Pizza. Getting it done. Bring in the Prohibit. Maybe some Hydroblast. I'm going to cut a Snap and a Fertile Ground. I guess maybe I don't need to cut have the Hydroblasts. Pick 1. So Snap is not good like against their creatures, but it's really good for our combo. So we'll just trim a Fertile Ground for a Snap. I mean a Prohibit. Prohibits are really good for countering their stupid birds. Okay, we're on the play. This is not amazing, but I think it's fine. I'll play the landscape and pass. I play a Citadel Gate on red. Sacrifice for the island, or the plains. Let's grab the dual land. Pass the turn. The problem with this hand is that we don't have any way of drawing cards. But we could get some pretty quickly. Plays a Prophetic Prism. Alright, I can play a familiar. A Galvanic Blast. I'll just snap my creature. I assume they're going to respond. Red Blast, the snap. Okay, this is a bad spot, but I'll pass. We just have 2 dead lands in hand. Compulsive would be good. We play a Synthesizer. Getting their value on. Finds a Citadel Gate. So one problem with this version of the deck is that we don't really... Maybe this should be a modern age deep analysis deck. Because I always like don't get anywhere. But the idea, I think, is that you can use your snaps better when you have the flickering on the Seagate Oracles. Let's try to compulsive research. If they have another red blast, I'm pretty screwed. This resolves. Discard a land. I'll go ahead and cycle for an island. And pass the turn. So now I'm to the point where just need some other way to draw cards. We've lost 2 Lorien Reveals, which are a bunch of card draw. We can play the familiar. Opponent refurbished. Feeling good. Discard a forest. We're going to go ahead and counter this Core Skyfisher. That resolved. Plays a gate. So now I need a card draw spell. Mulldrifter would be great. They apparently don't have any red blasts right now. Play a familiar. They have another Synthesizer. Finding a Car Clan Shaman. Plays it out. I mean, we can flicker these 2, which is nice. Plays a Basilisk Gate. Crazy thing is they can they can gate up their Car Clan Shaman and then like wreck me. Gets in for 2. I mean, that's a neat thing to be doing for sure. Good for you. Sacrifices. Sacrifices a land. Another. They sacrifice their refurb. 1, 2 damage. I'll go ahead and ghostly flicker these then. I have to sacrifice another artifact. Synthesizer or the land. Sacrificing the Synthesizer, finding a Glinhawk. I mean, I guess I'm not totally dead, but pretty dead. If only I had another flicker effect, I could have gotten rid of the Car Clan Shaman, and I didn't bring in them. Specifically did not bring in Hydroblast. Might have been a good thing too, to just kill that thing off the table. If I hadn't considered them Basilisk gating it. They Glinhawked and pick up their land. Alright, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm gonna move on to the next. Mancer wouldn't really do anything. Could have gotten back the Lorien Revealed, but we'll try again. So this is round 2. Maybe I just don't know what to keep with the deck, but this hand seems fine. We have a very large amount of the things we need. I can grab... Let's go and play the plains first. Opponent's on Jund Wildfire. They Wildfire their own land. We have to worry about the Wildfire on our forest. Grabs a forest. We'll get a plains. They might not know how many of these we have in the deck. Ooh, Chancery's okay. Get a familiar. And then I can go familiar, Seagate Oracle, and then die to Car Clan Shaman again. Let's see if they just cast down. Okay. Gets a swamp. Cracks a landscape for another swamp. They're ready for a chrysalis. Play out the familiar. Blood fountain. Just gonna counter right now. I feel like they're leading up to a refurb. There's another blood fountain. Refurbish familiar, discard the preordain. I was correct about the refurb. There's a wellspring. They're almost out of cards in hand, but ooh, let's see. We're going to play the Seagate Oracle, grabbing archaeomancer, play the Chancery, pick up the plains, and now 1, 2, 3. We can make infinite green on the next turn. Let's pass. A fanatical offering, drawing 3 cards. The card draw is strong with the black deck still, even though Deadly Dispute is gone. If 1 red gets in for 2. Am I expecting a chrysalis right now? Kind of. Here it comes. Okay, chrysalis, the big baddie is here. No. I have a compulsive. I'll fertile ground, I guess, here. Snap my Seagate Oracle. Untap here and here. Cast compulsive research targeting myself. Discard the land. I can either go Muldrifter. I'm going to try Preordain. I guess this is fine. But maybe I bottom this. Hot the familiar. Go blue. Play the familiar. Because I'm looking for a land. Seagate Oracle. Another Chancery. Or the Flicker. I just need the land, I think. I'll take the land and pick up the island. They Insight. I guess they sacrificed one of their tokens, the map token. Maybe sacrificing the blood would have been better? I don't know. They discard a chrysalis. Are you planning on getting it back? Gets in for 4. We'll just take it at the moment. They refurbish familiar me. Okay, I'll discard my land. Plays a Twisted Landscape. Okay, so they've got like a removal spell or something. Cast the Muldrifter. More Muldrifters. Okay. Here's another Muldrifter. Oh no, wait. Okay, I guess that's fine. We have just blue floating. I forgot that it was only going to cost me 3 mana. Interesting. I think I will compulsive research though. Card a land. And your turn. I guess this time I do want to block with the Seagate Oracle, and then I'm going to just sprawl on the fertile ground, and I have enough mana to go off. I have 1, 2. No, I don't. I'm still like mana neutral. Darn. So I have just the 2 blue. 3 blue is make infinite green. They play a Writhing Chrysalis. I can make infinite green and then cast a Muldrifter. Infinite green, infinite white. They're doing something. Maybe it's a Nyxborn. And then they undid it all. Putting a lot of triggers on the stack. It's a 6/7. Yeah, they are going to play a Nyxborn of some kind. Why are they not using their bridge? Maybe they have a Galvanic. So they already let the triggers resolve. They can't undo that. I think that they thought that they had enough green to use the Bestow onto the Chrysalis, but because they only have 1 green floating, or 1 green available, they can only hard cast the Chrysalis, or the Nyxborn. Instead, now they're going to use the Eviscerer's Insight, sacrificing their blood fountain. That's fine. Block. And then they play a Wellspring. So they're more than likely we can win the game. So land, sprawl on blue, and then we play the archaeomancer. Get the snap. Make infinite green white. We'll try using the white to cast a Muldrifter. And I found a Utopia Sprawl, so now they're dead. We make it blue. All I have to do is make infinite mana now with the snaps. Okay, let's start by, I guess, snap your creature with the Archaeomancer. Get back the Prohibit. Flicker the 2 Archaeomancers. This makes mana slightly faster. Get back the snap. Okay, they scooped. Nice. We had the combo. So what am I supposed to do? Is Prohibit going to be better than Hydroblast? Maybe not. Hydroblast helps for the wildfires. Prohibit just stops really like their cast downs, and I think they're mostly going to be on Red Blast. Let's bring in, maybe I need like Negate and a spell. Just like 3 of those. Go down on a fertile ground. Maybe go down on 1 snap. This is very tough to sideboard with. I guess I'll just have 4 counter spells. 2 Hydroblast, which matter, and then negate and dispel. I think I'm just going to go back to the prohibits now, actually. Okay, cement. All right, so we have a lot of cards that make mana. They lead on a Bajuka Bog. We're going to say that's fine. Play the landscape and pass. My plan is to sacrifice for a forest, play this, sacrifice for a forest, sprawl. They duress. So what are they going to take? The sprawl? They take a compulsive. They sacrifice for a forest. Maybe I should just sprawl my own land and then play the island. Nothing's really changing about it. Make blue. Play the island. Pass the turn. They cycle the land, or they crack the landscape to get a mountain. Plays an Ichor Wellspring. They're holding up a Pyroblast. We have a Hydroblast now. Okay. I think I Chancery then. Pick up the island and pass. I'm also almost to the point where I can start cycling the landscape. Another mountain. They're going to go for a Wildfire. Plays a Wellspring. My turn. I find a Lorien. So I should... I kind of have to decide, like, what do I want to do? I guess the lands in hand are good for the compulsive, and I want the Lorien revealed. But I do need forests to make this valuable. If I just hardcast the Mulldrifter, they're likely to have a Hydroblast. Let's see if they have a Hydroblast, I guess. We're going to compulsive research ourselves. They have the Pyroblast. I always call it Hydroblast. I don't know why. We're going to counter. You have a second one? They had a second one. Play the landscape. We're just going to try to... they've used 2 Pyros so far. Interestingly, they are on a split of Pyro and Reb. Plays a Wellspring to draw a card. And now they have green mana. Wildfire's my land. Fine. Grab it. We still have 4 mana. Yeah, sorry. I was trying to grab an island and I kept saying plains in my head. Play the plains. Draw 3. Okay, Fertile Ground and Hydroblast. They play a Limbus. Nile's Spellbomb. Okay, that's kind of bad. We have a Drifter. So I can just play the Drifter and hold up the Pyroblast, or the Hydroblast. Let's do that. Start threatening them. Okay. Find some creatures and a cycle land. If we find Snap, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. They cycle a landscape. As soon as they draw any dispute effect, we're hosed because they have so many of the Wellsprings sitting on the table. Looks like a Chrysalis is going to appear. This is kind of an old deck, so it doesn't do too great into a Chrysalis. Let's see. Sprawl. Okay, Sprawl here on blue. I'm going to play the Chancery. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Pick up this. Fertile Ground here. And then play a Seagate Oracle. All I need is 1 more enchantment, but I guess I need the snaps too. Found a snap. Okay. So no attacks. Next turn, I play the Chancery, the Archaeomancer, trying to get back something. They crack the Limbus. I guess that does put that back in their deck, so they could maybe draw another Limbus. I don't know, like, maybe they're just trying to use their mana to gain a little bit of life. It's like, whatever. Looks like they're going to Nyxborn. Okay. Get in for 9, so no blocks. Play the land. Another Archaeomancer. 1, 2, blue, green. Try Archaeomancer. Hopefully they cracked the Spellbomb right now. They decided not to. Stink. I'll take the compulsive. Compulsive myself. Okay. Discard a land. This one. I guess I have to play the plains out. We're going to snap the Writhing Chrysalis. So it leaves them with just the Nyxborn. Untap. Try Preordain. So none of these are good. We just need mana. Didn't find mana. Play an Archaeomancer. 1. Getting back to snap. Maybe they Spellbomb now. Okay. Now I can snap my Archaeomancer back. Untap. Then I will evoke the Drifter. I'm looking for a familiar or a sprawl effect. Draw 2. There it is. Make blue, snap the drifter. Untap. Okay. Sprawl on blue. And now I'll make infinite mana. We have achieved combo status. We have to find the flicker now. Okay. Our opponent was very nice. They did not make me click through it whatsoever. I really appreciate that. If anybody ever wants to concede to an infinite combo, I will totally take it. We'll see you in round 3. All right. This is a very interesting hand. I'm going to keep. Depending on what our opponent is doing, we could play a familiar on turn 2. Okay, they're on Goblin Tomb Raider turn 1. That's like very bad for me. In terms of good or bad, it's like nearly the worst amount of bad. I'm going to grab an island. Turn 2, Fertile Ground the Forest. Turn 3, we can go familiar, Fertile Ground the Forest again. Or we can Fertile Ground on the island. We play a Thermal Alchemist and get in for 2. Land, play the Fertile Ground. A really good draw would be a snap, potentially. Because we could play land, play familiar, and then have green here, snap this. Then I'd have 3 mana. Geez, they're going off here. Gets in, puts me to 11. We drew a forest. So I can play the forest, play the familiar. Then I can Fertile Ground here and play another familiar. So I have blocks. Likely they have removal spells, but I do have blocks. Synthesizer for the opponent. Finding a mountain. Maybe they have nothing. Plays a synthesizer. I don't know what they found that time. Galvanic. 1, 2, 3, 4. They can kill one thing. Ping, ping. One card. They have Galvanic and then one card. We're going to block. Galvanic deals me 6 damage because the Thermal Alchemists. So all they need is 1 spell. Just easy turn 4. Turn 4 on the play. Okay. So, I mean, our sideboarding is pretty simple. Bringing in Hydroblast. And then bringing in Weather the Storm. I think we want to get rid of the Fertile Grounds and the Prohibits. Maybe a single Compulsive. So somehow we have to just survive and then get to a late game state where we have the combo. Make infinite life or something. Alright, here we go. Have to mulligan. Can land Sprawl. I think that's good. They're probably not going to play Raise, but they could play Raise. We also have Sprawl Snap. Let's get rid of a single land. Land, Sprawl on blue. So do I get a forest or an island? Probably an island. They play a Tomb Raider. We have a Hydroblast. So let's landscape, grab an island, and then pass the turn. Will they have a turn 2? Like Thermo or something? Okay, so I'm going to counter the synthesizer. They might be needing it for a land. And that makes this still just a 1-2. They played a land. And another Tomb Raider. Okay. We can snap a Tomb Raider. Untap these. I guess maybe I should preordain. Okay. Top. Land. Mancer. Get back the Hydroblast. I'm definitely putting the Mancer in front of the Tomb Raider as long as it's a 1-2. Plays another Tomb Raider. Gets in. They might have a Lava Dart. They did have the Lava Dart. Wow. Preordain. Another Sprawl. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to bottom the land, top the Sprawl. Sprawl here on blue. And pass. I'm just holding on to this Hydroblast to see what I want to counter. Because this is not super bad of a clock. Lava Dart's annoying. Now they have the Great Furnace. So it is a clock. We'll counter the Thermo. I'll try a Compulsive. My expectation right now is that they have a Pyroblast and I'm just dead. Lightning Bolt. Okay. Discard 2 cards. These 2 cards. Land, play Seagate Oracle. So Archaeomancer and Flicker. We've lost 2 Archaeomancers so far. I think I have to take the other one. If I block, they can then Lava Dart my creature. Play. Well, maybe I just don't block this turn. They have 2 cards in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll Sprawl on blue. Play Archaeomancer. I don't know how I win. I guess I take the Preordain. And then I'm planning on double blocking one of these and going to 6. Looking to try to find the weather storms. Man. Have I played a land? No. So I can top, play the Chancery, pick up an island. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess if I double block, then they could just bolt one of my creatures and then kill the other creature with their attacks. And then still have the lightning bolt or the lava dart. We're going to try it though. Because if they had lightning bolt, they could just go face. Galvanic blast. And then they kill my creature. Yep. They can now lava dart this one. 2 cards, 1 card in hand. Let's try compulsive. Discard land card. This one. We will preordain. We have 5 mana. Hydroblast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So bottom, top the Hydroblast, I guess. Play out a Drifter as a blocker. Going to 4. Okay. They have 1 card in hand. So this cycles for Bant. I'll try Seagate Oracle. Finding a Flicker. I think I should just play the land and pass. I have this covered. I can cover one of the spells. Plays an Epicure. Gonna counter it. I don't want them to convert whatever their land in hand is. They decline to attack. Let's cycle. Finding a Lorien. Cast Lorien Revealed. Finding a Familiar. Play the landscape. This way I can flicker. If something goes crazy wrong, then I can flicker and try to find a Hydroblast. Clockwork. So we're dead to bolt now. Block. They're passing. No upkeep bolt. Play the Familiar. Play the untapped land. 2, 3, 4. Cast a Lorien. Looking for that weather. Can we get there? Finding a Drifter. Oh, it's not good. Blue-green. Evoke the Muldrifter. Looking for Snap. Find Pulse of Marasa. Let's flicker here. Here and here. They seem like they have nothing. We find the Weather the Storm. Okay. I mean, if they've been sandbagging this, I guess I'm just dead. Cast Weather. They didn't have it. Oh, crazy. All right, your turn. They concede. Woo! Ooh, boy. I don't know if there's anything we need to change. We just need blockers. Maybe I should try to ramp faster and go harder. I don't know. Let's just resubmit. Conceded to the Weather Storm. So here we are, game 3. I don't have a blue source. Hydroblast looking sketchy. So we're going to go land. They're on the play. They kept 7. We should mulligan. I have Hydroblast. I should get rid of, I guess, the Familiars the furthest from being useful. Or the Drifter. I think the Familiar. Because the plan is probably Rimewood Falls, get an island, Hydroblast your thing. Leads on Voldaren Epicure. Play my Rimewood Falls. It's nice that we have Hydroblast into turn 3 Seagate Oracle. Plays a Tomb Raider. We're going to get in for 3. They don't have a land. Going to cycle for an island. And then Hydroblast this. Next turn, I can sprawl on the Rimewood Falls and play a Seagate Oracle. Another Tomb Raider. Wow. That's a good hand. We're at 13. We have a Weather the Storm. I like that. Blue. I guess I'm looking for a land or a snap. Archaeomancer could be good. They play a Percussionist. We're going to get in. All right, I'll block here. We have a Hydroblast. So we'll cycle. Grab another island. Play the island. Pass the turn. We're going to block here. Hydroblast this. And then have a Weather the Storm. Getting in. So we want to start by casting Hydroblast. All right, take your creature off the table. Hopefully you just continue to not draw lands. But even if you do and you play a spell, then I can Weather the Storm. Mountain. They drew the land. No. Kessig. Play Weather. And then we'll go Archaeomancer. Get back to Hydroblast. Murder this thing. Donk. I think I want to not attack in case they have a haste creature. So they had Tomb Raider, Kessig, all those things. They were just sitting on lands. They had just had so much action in their hand to start. And here they played a Ren's Resolve to draw 2 cards. I really like their land choice, to be honest. These are sweet. Very nice mountains. Plays an Epicure. I think I should play the Drifter. Could try to... Okay, we find a land anyway, so preordain. Get rid of this one, top a drifter, play the land, and put a mole drifter on the table. I'm going to attack with archaeomancer. Probably not blocking with it. So we've achieved getting to the mid to late game, I think, but they have a lot of action in their hand. Another reckless impulse. They find synthesizer and a tomb raider. They have the mountain they can still play. Plays the mountain. I assume they start on synthesizer, or they could just double tomb raider. They play the tomb raider. I could kill this thing, and then I have to block, or I could just block here. I think I would trade. I have the extra drifter in hand. Goodbye to the Seagate Oracle. You got bolted. Getting in. Block. We go to 17. Find a Chancery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll hard cast a Mole Drifter. I found a Hydroblast. I'll play the Azorius Chancery, picking up the Plains. The Plains is now going to be something good to discard to the Compulsive Research, and we have more blockers with the Seagate Oracle, and we can keep ourselves from dying potentially with the Hydroblast. I think I should not counter the Synthesizer. I want to counter whatever their bigger payoff spell is, like a Kessig. I don't know if that was better or worse than waiting and countering that, but they would have drawn the Kessig later, so maybe not. They can crack the Synthesizer for a 2/2 and a card later. Plays a Relic. Generally not too worried about the Relic, but I'm not sure. Maybe I can't win without it. Let's try a Compulsive. Discard a land. The Plains. So I can Archaeomancer. They crack the Relic because I'm going for Hydroblast. Or just play the Seagate Oracle and attack. I'll play the Seagate Oracle. Found the Familiar. So, attack in. Our opponent's now at 16. We're winning the race against the burn deck. Plains gets exiled. They discard a mountain. I guess they weren't all action over there. They crack the Synthesizer. Finding a Great Furnace. So Samurai in play. Plays a Great Furnace from exile. 3 cards in their hand that we have no idea what's going on. But seems to not be like too oppressive, I guess. And they're passing. I'll try a Familiar. Chancery. We'll pick up the Forest. I'm just getting some extra value. They're going to bolt the fam. Okay. Pick this up. Impulsive Research. We'll discard one of the forests. Go ahead and sprawl here on blue. And swing in with my Mole Drifter. So the correct point, if you're going to crack the Relic, is when the Archaeomancer is already on the field. Okay, they're going to crack the Relic right now. That allows me to Hydroblast something and then get it back with the Archaeomancer. But maybe they're just digging for action. Discards a mountain to the blood. Seems like they're flooding, I guess. But it is turn 10. And they've drawn a lot of cards. They drew cards with their Reckless Impulses and the Synthesizer. They Lightning Bolt. I'll attempt to Hydroblast. Okay, they decline to attack. 3, 4, 5. Play Archaeomancer. Grabbing the Hydroblast. Cast the Lorien Revealed. And they scoop. Very nice. Round 4 on the play. We have no lands. Mulligan again. Okay, these are good. But do I want the Lorien Revealed? Let's keep this and then put back the Lorien and a Lorien. I'm just going to sprawl turn 1 right away on blue. Our opponent's going to be like, what? That's not what I expected. Uh-oh, they're on island. Delver. We can snap the Delver. Play the landscape. We can also cycle the landscape. If I snap the Delver, I think I'm going to play the landscape and pass. There's a possibility that they tap out. I could snap the Delver and play my Mole Drifter. Find a Lorien. Getting in for 3. Plays an island. Plays a Delver. So let's crack this. Grab an island. Untap. Play my Plains. Try to snap your Delver. They could have Dispel. They could have Spell Pierce. If they have Spell Pierce, it's stinky. They did not. They might have just not gone for the Spell Pierce because they didn't know I was going to hardcast a Mole Drifter on turn 3. We got there. Finding another Mole Drifter and a Familiar. They brainstorm. So this allows them to set up this current Delver. They'll probably just shove our Mole Drifter in front of it. They find Ponder on top. Cycles the Lorien Revealed. If this is a deck that plays like Boomerang, we could be in trouble. We're just going to block. Plays another Delver. And a Delver. Jeez. I think it's time for me to play a Muldrifter. Doink. Okay, we can hardcast the Lorien. They find a Thought Scour. We're going to probably block again. Ponder. But they'd have to tap out for me to be able to hardcast the Lorien this turn. Ponder, no shuffle. Plays a land. 1, 2. They discard. They get rid of Snap and Spell Pierce. We're going to block all day. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hardcast Serpent. We're just going to cast Lorien Revealed. Okay, Chancery back this. This is 9 damage. Then we'll go to 5. Then I need to find a Snap. Ponder, no shuffle, plays a land. Hardcast Murming Mystic. There's a chance here, albeit low. We find a Flicker. So if I go Plains, I can play a Familiar. Here's one Familiar. Then I can play a second Fam, have 3 blue. Maybe I should Preordain first. Cast a Preordain. Another island. So if I bottom this, I can top here, and then Compulsive myself. Oh no, wait. So, play the Familiar. Compulsive myself. Find this, okay. Discard a land. The Forest. Oh, we can't get there. 2, 3. They don't have lethal right now. Seagate Oracle. Take the Fertile Ground. That gives me infinite. We can block and block, take 3. It's about the same as just blocking and then not blocking. But if I throw away the Familiar, then I can flicker at least the Seagate Oracle. Or, I mean, they're probably going to have a counterspell. So I will block and block. So I need blue, blue, blue. But I really need 4 blue on these 2 lands. Okay, pass. Land. Fertile Ground here. I'll make blue. Play the Archaeomancer. Counterspell kills me. Play Counterspell. So let's go like this. Flicker here, looking for a Prohibit. I have a Spell Pierce. Okay. I guess that doesn't really do anything for me, unfortunately. I guess I'm just dead. They're making birds. I'll scoop. Let's see what we could have maybe drawn. So dot, dot, dot. Darn. All the Delvers. Too many Delvers for me to manage. Let's bring in another Prohibit, or maybe like the Prohibits aren't that good. We just want the Dispels. So Dispel, Dispel, and then 2 Prohibits. And then we trim on 1 Fertile Ground. We're just trying to go faster than them if we can. But Dispel being a thing that can protect the Familiar is good. We're on the play. So I can get a Forest and then pass and then play Seagate Oracle. Is that any good? So no turn 2 play for me, but I think that the mana consistency, just having my Seagate Oracle come up is probably good. And if I find any of my 6 land enchantments, that would be great as well. And we have the Dispel, which I think is important. What are you up to, opponent? Island. Gonna Delver me again? They're passing. We'll grab the Forest. Find a Compulsive. They cycle at Lorien. Now they've got a second island, meaning they could have Counterspell. Plays Ponder, so they're not going to have a counterspell for the Seagate Oracle. I wonder if I should just like Dispel like a Thought Scour here. They set up the Ponder for a Thought Scour. I probably should Dispel. Delver. Okay. We can snap the Delver and then play the Seagate Oracle. Land. Get rid of that thing. Maybe I should play the Compulsive Research. I'm going to play the Compulsive. And we'll discard Compulsive and the Seagate Oracle. So this turn, next turn, I can Fertile Ground the island, still have Dispel available. Place Delver. And then if that doesn't get countered, so Fertile Ground. Oh, I chose the wrong land. That was a big mistake. Big mistake. I was meaning to put it here and then sprawl there. Oh, then I would have had enough to hardcast a Drifter. That was so bad. They find a Snap. Thought Scours themselves, milling the Snap. God, that was real terrible. Getting in for 3. Cryptic Serpent. So if I find a Snap, I'm in business maybe. Make green. Do the thing I wanted to do. Make blue. Evoke a drifter. We got nothing. I put in place an island. Attacks for 9. Super dead here. Ponder. That was just such a big punt. I could have had a Muldrifter in play that turn. Tolarian Terror. So I have to draw Snap. Didn't draw anything. I'm just sad. Sadly conceding. Complete punt. Alright, I'm out. Counterspell. Tolarian Terror is a good deck. 1 mana 5/5 with backup counterspells. Weird little lost sandwich there. What will happen in round 5? Let's find out. Okay, this opponent is playing Elves. We need a fast hand. So is the hand fast? It has prohibits. That could be good enough. We play a forest and a Llanowar. I mean, it might not be good enough. Play landscape. Grab a forest. I think because I'm on the draw here, I should have looked for a Utopia Sprawl hand. Cycle. Grab my Rimewood Falls. Play that. Yeah, I'm going to be dying here. We're going to go 2 mana, Fertile Ground, the Chancery, picking up the Forest. I knew they were on Elves, and I just still kept this hand that didn't do anything. We're looking for like Familiar or Utopia Sprawl plus Snaps. Another Elf. They have 5 mana. Elven Farsight. I think the thing that I need to work on in my game the most is my mulligans. They reveal a Nyxborn Hydra. I'm just going to go to the next game. We didn't have the snap coming up. I could try Moment's Peace over the Prohibits, but I know my opponent likes to bring in a lot of counterspells. I'm just going to leave it the way it is and try to find a better hand. Alright, let's try it. No lands. Okay, this is much better. Land, Sprawl in blue. Get rid of the Preordain. We have a turn 2 Seagate Oracle. Then turn 3 we play the Chancery. Forest for the opponent. Birchlore Rangers. Okay, Snap is decent. Play Seagate Oracle. Prohibit, okay. Don't need the other Chancery. They play a second Birchlore Rangers. Now they can cast counterspells. Like, okay, they cast an Elven Farsight. Let's see how they scry. We have a Prohibit, which can counter a Mana Dork, and they're kind of sitting on just 2 mana. They went double top. They reveal a Nyxborn Hydra. I will play the land, pick up the forest. Don't really need to attack. I need to preserve my life total for the long game. There's a Winding Way. I'll try to counter. That resolved. Huh. So, maybe they have... Why would they not counterspell that? Maybe they have nothing. Let's play Sunscape Familiar. Make blue. Snap your Birchlore Rangers. Is this going to be the Dispel? Is this going to be a Vines? Fine. Unfortunate. Get in. Plays Elvish Vanguard. They can attack for 1, but they don't. So, Fertile Ground here. And then we play a Familiar. And hopefully they don't have Spell Pierce. Casting Lorien revealed. Hoping. They didn't have it. Alright, we pass. We currently have 2 lands that tap for blue. Elvish, they play a Quirion Ranger. The Vanguard gets bigger. They get in for 2. I'll block. You can Vines me again, I guess, if you want. Okay, they pump it. Kills the Seed Oracle, which is fine. They untap, because they have even more Vines in hand. Okay. Let's cast a Muldrifter. We draw 2. Let's go. Island. Play another Muldrifter. Turn 6. I think I'm just going to Preordain. We need one of these. So I guess I would rather take the Sprawl. Bottom and top. Opponent plays a Winding Way. They find Birchlore Rangers, Priest of Titania, Negate, and Quirion Ranger. So the Negate goes to the graveyard. Plays a Quirion. Now they can make a ton of mana after they play the Priest of Titania. So I have to hope that they don't have another Vines. And I draw an Archaeomancer. They play the Priest. They decline to attack. Maybe they don't have a Vines then. Sprawl on blue. And then Sprawl on blue. I should have sprawled off here. Snap. Make blue. Snap the Muldrifter. This is annoying because I think they have it. Okay, they untap. Just have a Dispel. There's a Negate. Like I said, Person likes to play lots of sideboard cards. Let's cycle. Archaeomancer would do it. Seed Oracle. Looking for maybe Flicker. I'll take the landscape because that's going to draw me a card on a different turn. I have to pass. There's no reason to attack, I think. We need to preserve our life total. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 elves right now. So they can give a creature plus 20 right now. 14. Yeah, whatever. Big Nyxborn. We can soak up 3, 4, 5, 8 damage and maintain the Muldrift and the Familiar. We have our 2 lands tapped for enough mana that it doesn't really matter. Like, if we can draw the snap, maybe we can make it happen. So it's a 25. They attack. So block. That puts me to 1. Do I think they have a Vines again? They've used 2 Vines and 2 negates. Fine. If you have Vines, I'm dead. Okay, we get a 1. Seems like they have nothing. Another Sprawl is really terrible. Make green and cycle. On a compulsive. Let's compulsive ourselves. We're going to draw 3 and discard this plains. You really have a negate. Okay, land. Discard this. Sprawl here. On blue. Cast Preordain. I need a snap. Or a Mancer. Found the Mancer and a Prohibit. Okay, so let's see if we can make it happen. They could have basically anything. Get the snap. Attempt to snap the Archaeomancer. This is where we win or lose. Why did you wait so long? Like, I don't understand. Whatever. I guess they were playing around my counterspells. GG. Tilt. They drew 2 Vines, 2 negates, and they played Winding Way, which binned the other ones. They just happened to draw them off their single draw steps. Okay, so Rainbow Fams, it's a little bit like Feast or Famine. You kind of have to have the good starting hand. So I think the problem for me was that I just didn't know where and when to mulligan, and I kept some sketchier hands. Maybe Raptor56 will see the video and comment on it, but hopefully you enjoyed some familiars. We'll see you in the next video.